Hello everyone, and let's talk about Bewitching the Vampire. This is a standalone book and it was written by Carrie Pulkinen. It's told in third person. This is a paranormal romance between a vampire and a witch. There was no audiobook available when I read this book. And it was published in 2017, and I would definitely say this is adult as it is spicy, and there were 63 pages. So for this one, we're following a 22-year-old, and she is the witch. Her name is Cassie. She decides to go to this nightclub for paranormal beings. So there's vampires and wolves and all sorts of creatures. So she goes to this nightclub with her friends, and she meets this one guy, and there's this instant attraction between the two. So like an instant lusting romance type of a thing. And it goes from there. It's only 63 pages, so there really is not much I can say. At one point, there are these people that show up that, like Cassie decides she's going to meet this vampire later. And she knows it would go against her mother's wishes or her grandmother's or whoever it is that she lives with, as they don't have, like, she saw her mother, was it her mother or her grandmother? Her mother saw like this vision of Cassie dying, surrounded by a vampire. There's a vampire involved and things like that. So she wants nothing to do with vampires, doesn't want Cassie to have anything to do with vampires, but now Cassie's enamored and falling in love with a vampire. So she's at this club. She arranges to meet back at the club at a later date, and something happens and she ends up with this group of humans, and they turn out to have lied about who they really are. Or at least one of them has, and things go from there. Let's just say Cassie gets seriously hurt in a way, and it goes from there. So that's all. That is really all I can say about that without going into major spoilers. So that is it. And think about the phrase making a deal with the devil, except there is a deal made with a vampire in this. Okay? So that is it. As far as your content and your trigger warnings, you have an affair talked about, and you have sexually explicit language and sexually explicit content. As far as representation goes, it's going to be up to your imagination. I mean, we have various creatures, werewolves, vampires, witches, humans, so you have various creatures. But as far as racial diversity or sexual diversity or anything like that, that's going to be up to your imagination. And that's all I can say about that. The only other thing I have to say is the word usage. So keep in mind, the edition that I read was only 63 pages. So we have the following words. We have the word God 5 times, not in a religious context. Hell 4, asshole 3, damn 3, bastard once, rape twice, hard ass once, hellbent once, hellish once, breast twice, nipple twice, womb once, folds twice, orgasm once, nub once, pleasure twice, climax once, length once, thrust 3 times, and come or came is actually what it is. You have that word once. So those are the word usages. Now, I have this pulled up on Goodreads, and I'm going to click on the author's name. I wish this was not a standalone. I wish this was a full-length novel, and I wish this was a series, because I can see a lot of places that this could go, and I would love to see what would happen after this. So this author does have other works out, like License to Bite. The following is called New Orleans Nocturnes, was part of a series, and then there's Shift Happens, which is the one after that. You have Love at First Haunt, The Werewolves Only, so Paranormal Romance. So I will definitely be checking out more of this author's work. The About the Author on Goodreads says, USA Today best-selling author Carrie Pulkinen has always been fascinated with things that go bump in the night. Of course, when you grow up next door to a cemetery, the dead and the undead are hard to ignore. Pair that with her passion for writing and her love of good happily ever after, and becoming a paranormal romance author seems like the only logical career choice. Before she decided to turn her love of the written word into a career, Carrie spent the first part of her professional life as a high school journalism and yearbook teacher. She loves red wine and chocolate, and in her free time, she likes to read, take pictures, and spend time with her family. So, that is about the author. That is Bewitching the Vampire. I really enjoyed it. Definitely let me know if you've read that or read anything else by Carrie Pulkinen. And if you like paranormal romance and have not read from this author, maybe check this author out because it looks like she's got a good collection there to look at. Let me know your thoughts. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I will talk to you later.